So, you know, the other day I was talking about how I really wanted to do a Columbus rebuild, but I wasn't sure if it was appropriate given the timing of everything. The reason obviously I wanted to do it is given the situation. I want to, you know, like Johnny chose that team and it feels silly saying as like a tribute rebuilding the team, making that team good, because obviously it's a video game, but probably about the most I can do. But I thought it would be fun to try and build them up and make them into a dynasty like Gaudreau probably would have wanted to see. I want to make sure that when I do this, I do it respectfully as I can. I'm not monetized, but if I was, I think I would probably not turn it on for this video, or maybe use it for there's a charity, I think it's called Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm not monetized anyway, so we don't have to worry about any of that. So I just want to say all of that before we get into this. I think that's everything I wanted to say.
Born in Salem, New Jersey, Johnny Gaudreau was drafted by the Calgary Flames in the 4th round of the 2011 NHL entry draft. Before he headed to Alberta, Gaudreau played 3 seasons at Boston College, winning the national championship in 2012 and the Hobey Baker Award as the top player in college hockey in 2014. He was an instant star when he arrived in Calgary, scoring in his first NHL game.
Slams one towards the goal, tipped in by Johnny Gaudreau. His first NHL game, he's got his first NHL goal, and Calgary's on the board.
He played 9 seasons in Western Canada, averaging more than a point a game, and his 609 points are the 5th most in franchise history. He flexed his star power in the 2021-22 season, notching a career high in goals and assists while leading the league in plus-minus at +64.
Gaudreau, he's got a break, he deeks, he shoots, he scores!
His 115 points were tied for 2nd in the league, only 8 points behind the Art Ross Trophy winner, Connor McDavid. He was also named a first-team All-Star and finished 4th in the Hart Memorial Trophy voting. In the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs that year, Gaudreau scored one of the most memorable goals in team history.
Gaudreau scores! Johnny Gaudreau, the hero in overtime in Game 7.
A Game 7 overtime winner against the Dallas Stars that pushed Calgary into the 2nd round for the first time since 2015. Afterwards, he described the goal saying, quote, "You dream about stuff like that." That offseason, he surprised the hockey world by signing a 7-year, $68.25 million deal with the Columbus Blue Jackets.
He's got room. Johnny Gaudreau goes. Oh, what a play by Johnny Gaudreau.
In his 2 seasons in Ohio, he tallied 33 goals and 134 points in 161 games. The 2016-2017 Lady Byng Memorial Trophy winner made 7 All-Star appearances during his 11-season career. Johnny Hockey will be remembered not just for his on-ice skills, but for his joyful personality and off-ice charitable efforts that helped causes in Central Ohio and his native New Jersey. Johnny Gaudreau was just 31 years old.
So we're here in the franchise mode. Obviously, we're still in the year 2023, 2024. So the plan is we're going to sim this entire year, starting in 2024, 2025. We'll do the draft, of course, but besides that, we're not really going to be doing anything. So we'll get to the 2024, 2025 season. I think all the good prospects were assigned to their teams. I guess we're going to figure that out. So no, they were not. Okay, so only Celebrini was actually assigned to his team, which means San Jose is going to get another top player here. It'd be funny if they picked Sam Dickinson, because I think they got him in the game. Don't think there's anything we could really do about that. We're picking at number 7 here. So who's going to be available here at 7? So I I want to get Caden Lindstrom because obviously that's who they got in real life. He's projected to go here at 6. So let's just sim a couple picks and see if we can draft him. Maybe somebody goes off the board. Okay, this is where he's supposed to go. Yeah, they're probably going to take him. We're going to trade up here. I guess we're going to have to do a second here. There we go. So It's just I mean, it's not like a little bit of trade value there, but for the accuracy's sake, there you go. Caden Lindstrom, Columbus Blue Jacket. Grant Cohen, and there we go, medium elite goalie. He's 47 overall, so I don't know if they really end up making it. It's a project, it's trade value though, so we can't be too mad. We actually have another third round pick here, maybe another medium elite here. Let's go, the Latvian. And there we go, another medium elite. Again, decent trade value. Goalies don't have crazy trade value even for medium elite, but it's probably as good as you're going to get in that spot. And there's another goalie if we wanted to try. Center 6'4". Ooh, 3 years ETA. Drew Dubnyk. Let's go with Drew Dubnyk here from the USA. Low top 9, unfortunate. What else do we got here? Right now we're in lottery territory. We're in the long shot. Probably not going to pan out. Oh, Garrett, there we go. The guaranteed top 6 forward here. Me and top 6 forward. He's 5'8". The next Paul Korea here. Stephen Korea. He's also 5'8". I'm saying like Korea, South Korea here. There you go. 54 overall. Again, another long shot. But hey, that's kind of a fun name. Small guy. Maybe he can make the team. Ulf Engqvist. Low top 7th D. Okay, so we're done that draft. Again, we weren't even sure if there was going to be anything to draft there. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so something we have to address here. So given that we must have been under the salary cap, the game does this wonderful thing that I absolutely love and everyone else loves, where they just reallocate the leftover cap to other players. So Zach Werenski, instead of making $9.5 million, is now making $11.180 million for the next 4 years. So that's going to really hurt his trade value. And yeah, I don't know. He got X factors though. Maybe we could try to trade him, do something with him, but that's a lot of money. That's going to make things tough. I think that's the only guy who got a raise. Severson also got a raise. So our bad contracts all get slightly worse, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm scared. Yeah, Goodbranson, they raised Goodbranson too. Oh no, Merzlikins, don't do it. Oh no, Merzlikins making 6.3 mil. It's okay, at least in this game we could trade him. Realistically, that would be next to impossible to trade those guys, but it won't be that big of a deal. Cole Sillinger, he signed a real extension, didn't he? He's going to be absolutely happy with that. 2.25. There we go. All right, so we're in the off season now, and this is where we're going to do a lot of moves. Fun thing to point out here, so in the simulation, Monahan put up 25 goals, 45 assists, 70 points, so he might get a jump here, which is going to be really fun. I'm not going to move any of the guys that in real life were just signed until at least the trade deadline. Probably going to try to keep Monahan for a little bit longer, especially due to his connection with Gaudreau and all of that stuff. So I would like to try to actually win the cup with Monahan or get him on a team that will win the cup. So we'll get into all the off-season stuff. I like to do extensions and all that good stuff. So Provorov here, we could give an extension to, what do we think? Extend Provorov. 5 years, 5 mil. That's kind of fair. 86 overall. I think that's pretty solid here. We also got for Voronkov, who's now at an 84 overall. He's coming off of a 30 goal, 31 assist season. He's now listed as a second line forward. He's 6'5". Oh my gosh, this guy's going to be so fun. What a beast. I think, you know what we're going to do is we're going to give him a 2-year deal, keep him as a RFA. We'll give him $3.5 million. That way, when his RFA is over, or when he's done this contract, he'll be an RFA, and then we can make a decision on where we want to go with him. Let's get some better coaching, which is kind of crazy. The fact that we can get 70% fit here. Let's get this guy. So we're going to give this guy a bag. Hope he accepts. And then we can just fire our current coach. B for an associate is fine. C for assistant is fine. We could probably get a better goalie coach than an E. C minus. It's better. So get some diversity in here. Woman goalie coach. Let's go. Let's go. C minus, and ED minus. Honestly, that's scouting, or not scouting. That staff is fine. We'll just fire our really bad scouts and then replace them with better scouts. I'm not worried about cheesing it to the max, but we'll at least recruit slightly better coaches or staff. Bro, I'm backwards. I'm backwards on this. I guess it is staff. Scouts. That's the word I'm been trying to say. So we'll check out free agency 2024-2025 free agency. So for whatever reason, Sprong wasn't actually assigned to the Canucks. I guess they just forgot about that. So that kind of sucks. Broberg here, also not assigned to the Blues. This was supposed to be up to date. It said it was fully up to date. Looks like they missed a couple guys, which is unfortunate. I could double checked it. That's my bad. I'm not going to sign any of the guys that are assigned to teams in real life. It's definitely a weaker free agency, probably because all the good players are actually assigned to their teams. I don't really know what we're going to do here, honestly. We're probably going to be bad for another year here. I'll take a look at the team, take a look at free agency, and probably just fill some holes. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We basically have a full team. It's just not a very good one. I guess we're just going to have to pick up best available. Again, I'm not going to touch Sprong just because obviously in real life, he's already signed to the Canucks. So we'll just leave him. Maybe he ends up on the Canucks. We'll pick up Schultz here for 1 year. I don't know. Plus, at the end of the day, we are probably going to be bad. So maybe we should just give into the tank. We'll sign. I feel like that's what teams do in real life, or at least they try to do. Fourth line wise, we'll pick up a fourth liner here. We'll pick up Kevin LeBlanc. Dang, why do they want money? I guess it's because the free agency class is so weak, at least in the game. But we'll pick up LeBlanc for 1 year just to fill out our fourth line, and then probably just pick up another player as like a scratch, healthy scratch. Pick up Bjork, and then we'll be good to go. Honestly, sure, bro. I'll give you the term, and then you could be a good call-up option going into the future. We'll just double check the prospects here because I don't think there really is anything. There's a couple guys we could sign to the AHL. I guess we have a couple roster spots we could sign. We'll sign Vesalainen. Why not? Keep him as an RFA. We'll sign Heponiemi. Former NHL legends in terms of being highly rated. Goaltending wise, we'll just leave our tandem as it is. And then just lastly, let's check out the defense and see if there's anything there that we can sign. Broberg. Well, no, we're going to leave Broberg. So we'll see if the free agents and scouts we signed actually sign with us. So there we go. We got the head coach. That's good. A scout signs. I don't know why it looks so weird. There we go. So a bunch of scouts. Oh, did the goalie coach declined? Goalie coach declined to go to the AHL? I must have, oh, I'm getting so sidetracked here. Must have forgot to change it to goalie coach. We'll just sim this day. Provorov signs the extension. Nice. There's our goalie coach. That was actually a decent offer there. I think Burakovsky's solid. So we'll check out the trade block just for fun and see what's there. Oh, he has Matthew on the team too. Check out the block here just for fun. See if there's anything we could pick up. So here's the trade I want to try here. It's a bit of a funny trade. We're getting Oliver Bjorkstrand back. The idea here is, one, he's on the block, so we're going to get him for cheap. And he's 29, so he's 2 years younger than Jenner. Jenner also just had a huge bump up in his overall this season. He started out as an 84, now at an 87. I want to capitalize on that trade value. Again, he's only getting older. We'll see if we could do this 1-for-1, slightly more expensive contract. It doesn't go through. This trade has to be really, really close though. Honestly, it might be like a 6th round pick close. Okay, it's a 5th round pick close. Okay, it's a 4th round pick close. Go through. Yeah, 3rd round pick. We'll go 3rd round pick next year. We're probably going to be bad this year. There we go. Oliver Bjorkstrand back on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Getting slightly younger, which fits our window a bit more. So I think that's good. But that's probably going to be our only offseason move besides all the signings. So we'll go to the start of the next season and then probably make some more moves. Set up the roster and see what we're looking at. I think we might actually be like a fringe, like wildcard team here. All right, so we're here at the beginning of year number 1, technical year number 1. Obviously, we did the offseason, simulated last year, all that stuff. You get the deal. What I want to do here is, again, take a look at the trade block now that we're at the beginning of the season, see if there's any trades, get the rosters all set up. And when I have that all done, I'm going to show you what the team's looking like going to the next year. So here are the lineups for the 2024-2025 season. I honestly thought we weren't going to be that good, but I'm a big fan of these lineups and the chemistry with these lineups. We didn't really make any acquisitions, I don't think, since the last time I brought you guys in. We looked at the trade deadline, or we looked at the trade block, didn't see anything, so we're sticking with this roster. As you can see, first line, Johnson, Fantilli, Marchenko. Big fan of this line, +3 on the line. And obviously, this is kind of our young guns line, I guess you could say. Our guys with potential, guys we're trying to grow. Heading to the second line, you got Voronkov. Someone's got to correct me on how to say this name, but again, same philosophy. We're trying to grow him if possible. And then we got our higher overall players here in Bjorkstrand and Monahan. Third line here, we got Chinnikov, who, you know, he's top 6 low, 23. This is kind of our like long shot line, I would say, with the low top 6 forwards. And then this guy, who I honestly don't know where he came from, but top 6 forward, medium, 5'9", 81 overall. He's ready to go on the third line, and that line's getting a +2. So we'll see what we can do with those guys. Maybe we can grow them, make them into good players for the future, or trading pieces at the very least. And then fourth line wise, we have Danforth, Corrali, and LeBlanc, which is solid. We could pick up a guy to replace LeBlanc, but honestly, I'm not going to worry about it. Is this a team that could make the playoffs? Very possibly, but with the goaltending, I don't know. Looking at the defense, you know, it's kind of the same idea. Like, I don't know. This defense isn't the best, but it's definitely not terrible. Werenski, Juracek, Provorov, Severson, Goodbranson, and then I'm going to call it Mateychuk. I don't know. Anyways, the young guy, medium elite. Good that he's on the line. We'll see how much he can grow in this year. Same idea with Juracek. Obviously, we got to try and grow him. Something to pay attention to is Werenski. Now, I don't know if I covered it in the actual recording, but unfortunately, when the cap space is kind of wonky, when we set up like the rosters, it reallocates teams. Oh, I explained that poorly. So basically, when your team is under the cap with the rosters, it reallocates salary to get you over the cap, or over the cap floor. And part of that, anyways, long story short, it made Werenski an $11 million player, which is quite expensive. He's also dropped by 1 rating, but he did put on a couple X factors here, I believe. I believe he had a gold and 3 silvers, and now he has a gold and 5 silvers. So I don't know. I might move on to him at some point. He's kind of in a interesting spot. Given that he's making 11 million as an 87 overall, that's definitely a bit of an overpay. I wouldn't mind him on the second pair, but at that price, I can't really justify it. So we're probably going to have to move on from him. Here's the goaltending tandem. This is probably one of our weakest spots. Obviously, we have Tarasov and Merzlikins. If Tarasov can grow a little bit, maybe it can be okay. Goaltending in this game is weird, so we'll have to see. I'll just quickly run you guys through the power play lines. Again, I kind of just try to give the guys with potential ice time, let them grow, look for good chemistry and all that good stuff, making sure defensive players are on the penalty kill. If you see a minus, it just means I couldn't really avoid it. And we'll just go through the 4-on-4, 3-on-3 very quickly. You can pause to take a look if you're interested, extra attackers, and then the shootout. So I think it should be a fun and exciting season. I do think this team has a decent chance to make the playoffs. If they didn't, I wouldn't be disappointed, but it's kind of a wild card year. We'll have to see where we finish. Literally could finish in a wild card spot. Last thing I want to show you before we head into the season is the captaincies. Now, funny enough, they had Corrali set as the captain automatically. I switched it to Monahan. I thought that was a really good fit for captain. Obviously, he's signed for quite a long time. Good overall players, so, and good guy from what I've seen. Fantilli's the assistant, maybe a captain of the future after Monahan. And besides that, I try to make sure the numbers are all good. Werenski is the other assistant captain. So all there's really left to do is head into the first game, simulate the first game, and get into the season. So I'm bringing us in here. We were supposed to go to the first game of the season, but I want to check the extensions just real quick to see if there's anything new there. And this is kind of one of the notable ones I want to show you. We extended like one prospect who was kind of like AHL level, but that's not that important. But Tarasov here, 2 years at 0.775. That's a very good contract. Probably going to be the backup goalie, fringe starter type guy if we do end up getting a better starter. So I think that's a no-brainer for us. So I'm going to sign that. So first game of the year here, we got the New York Rangers. Just take a look at the ratings for the teams because I'm kind of curious to see where we kind of stand here. We have 90 offense, 91 defense, 83 goalie. So like I said, goaltending is kind of the thing that's the worst for this team, but 90 offense, 91 defense, that's pretty solid. You can see a real contender there in New York, 96 offense, 96 defense, and what was it, 94 goalie or something, but that's more like President's Trophy level. You know, we're working our way up, but we have a respectable team. So we're going to simulate this first game. We'll kind of skip the first 2 periods and then slow sim the 3rd period. We'll see first period here, 2-0. Lindgren and Kreider open up the scoring. 2nd period, Marchenko power play goal. Okay, we're within 1. We'll see what happens here in the 3rd. We start with a power play. They killed it off, and Lindgren gets his 2nd of the game. Another power play killed off. Another power play killed off. Oh my goodness. We had our shot there, and there's Lafreniere, 4-1. Probably puts this one away. Fantilli gets one. That's nice to see. Obviously a guy we're trying to grow. And empty netter to put some salt in the wounds. There we go. 5-2 loss to start the season. I'm not too concerned about it. Obviously, New York might be the best team on paper in the entire league. St. Louis should be an easier matchup. So we'll simulate this game too and see if we can get a win or if we're going to start in a bit of a hole. First period, St. Louis opens it up. Brandon Saad. 2nd period, 3-0. Saad again and Krug. We're actually out shooting them by quite a bit. We'll see if we can get a goal here in the 3rd. Or are we going to get Binnington? Assuming Binnington's still the goalie, I'm not too sure. But yeah, out shooting them. Power play for them. They score just right after it. Braden Shen, 4-0. You know, we're not the best team in net, but I thought we could put up some goals. You know, our lowest overall player, LeBlanc, gets on the board, so that's fun to see. So, yeah, we're starting 0-2. I'm going to simulate now all the way to the trade deadline. If anything interesting happens or I want to show you guys anything, obviously I'll show you. All right, guys, so we're here at the trade deadline. Unfortunately, we're quite far out of a playoff spot. We're 7 games below 500. Chances aren't great. We'll go back here. You guys can see, you know, which games we lose, which games we won. But unfortunately, we got off to a really, really rough start. I think we were like 1-10 or something really bad like that. And, you know, we clawed back here and there, but we would just follow it up with a losing streak. I would say we've probably been about a 500 team, maybe a bit above a 500 team since then. But once you dig yourself into a hole like that, especially for a team that's already an underdog, odds are not great at all. So what we're going to do here at this deadline is we might actually be looking into selling some people off here, selling some older players off. I'm going to look at the trade deadline, or not the trade deadline, sorry, the trading block, some of our players, and make some decisions. And when I come back, you guys will see who's getting moved out and who's coming in. So the reason I wanted to look at the goalie block was because there was a goalie I had in mind, which is Spencer Knight. Since they have Bobrovsky, he's very, very often on the trade block. I kind of hate it because he's a really good pickup, but I always pick him up because he's always on the block. He's low elite on this roster, 86 overall. Just going to be, you know, a great pickup for us. He's playing very well this year too. Not like it really matters, but we're going to try and make a trade here. I'll come back when I find out what we want to give up. Here's the trade we're going to be doing to pick up Spencer Knight. We're throwing in this Kaiskinen guy who is just like a medium top 9 forward, 2nd and a 3rd in 2027, which I'm betting on us being good by then, or at least better. So selling high on these draft picks and then a 4th round pick this year to pick up Spencer Knight. So I think that's big for us. That solidifies kind of like a number 1 goalie, which is something we've been needing for a while. So now that we did that move, there's 2 other people I want to try to move out here. Part of the cap situation. We'll see if anyone wants Severson. Anaheim, actually a lot of teams want him. I hope they fix this for the next game, where teams aren't really willing to pay for like a guy on a bad contract, but we could get a 2nd round pick, which would honestly be quite solid. It would be nice to pick up a defenseman in return just to make things easy here. That's kind of a weak trade. Okay, let's just go with the 2nd here. 2nd and this medium top 9 guy for Severson. Get rid of that contract. Let's just get rid of Merzlikins here. Sure, whatever. Just get rid of the contract. Don't care. Trader Wierenski has the most value, and you can get it back a good D anyways. That is true. Honestly, I really don't like cheesing the AI, but it's kind of like basically unavoidable in this game. I'm just curious here. I wonder what teams will offer us. Oh, no trades. I think we're going to be good without a doubt by 2027. So we're going to sell high on that first round pick. This could technically come back to bite us in the butt if we are somehow bad by 2027. But if we are, I would say we failed anyways. So throw in the first. Will this go through? No. Okay. Let's try this defense spin here because they're interested in him. And then we have to take back a contract here. We'll just pick up this guy. Will this go through? There we go. Moritz Seider, welcome to Columbus. What a big pickup. Look at that pair. They're both 6'4". They're basically the exact same build. That's such a hard hitting line. He does have the passing X factor, so I guess that's good. But oh, and he has good penalty killing X factors, but that's about it. So we'll sim the rest of the season. I think it's safe to say that we're not making the playoffs, but who knows? Maybe we'll go on some big winning streak. Apparently, we're a conservative buyer. That's what the game thinks, at least. So we have concluded the 2024-2025 season, which means we're going to be wrapping up the video. First off, let's look at the stats and all of that good stuff. We'll look at the standings, I guess, real quick, see where we finished. Obviously, it didn't make the playoffs. Dallas finished first in the entire league, but we finished like 24th or something, 25th. So we have the 6th best lottery odds, which isn't terrible. So maybe we could pull something out. San Jose, yet again, the worst team in the league, hoping for James Higgins. We'll take a look at individual stats real quick here too. And then I'll have to sim to show you guys the awards. But Kent Johnson, huge breakout season for him. Oh my God, spicy. 79 points, 25 goals, and he's up to a 90 with 5 silver X factors. Very nice to see. Marchenko on a 41 goal season. Very nice. 41 goals, 75 points. So hopefully he can keep growing. He is top 6 medium, so I don't really know what he can max out at, but hopefully we can get him there. To the highest overall. 65-point season for Fantilli, 28 goals, very solid. Seider, we'll have to see how he played with us. 14 points, no goals, funny enough, but plus 12, so he played really, really well with us. Barnikov, solid season. We'll go down the line here. Monahan, solid. Bjorkstrand, solid. Even this Brindley guy, I'm surprised that he was like an 81 overall. That's pretty solid. I'm not seeing anything here that's like too like bad or shocking. Surprised Danforth put up so many points on the 4th line, almost 30 points there. But yeah, nothing too shocking. I'm assuming the goalie stats were probably horrendous. I am a bit surprised to see that Goodbranson outscored Matejchuk, considering that Matejchuk was on the 2nd power play. Matejchuk had no power play points, so maybe the game took him off of it. That's kind of confusing. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there. He also finished with more ice time, so I don't even know. Bro's supposed to be an OFD and didn't really seem like it. Tarasov, I mean, good record, bad save percentage. Night here for us. Played actually really solid. 919 save percentage, 7-5-2. He actually he seemed really good this season. We'll have to see if he can keep it going. Obviously, with this game, you never know how your goalie's going to sim. I'm curious, though. I don't know if he'll be in the NHL, but I want to check out Merzlikin's stats, because I have a feeling it was awful. Especially if Tarasov finished positive. Let's see if we can find him. Merzlikins. 4-13 with an 880 save percentage. Yes, that probably was... Well, honestly, I don't even know. We probably would have missed the playoffs no matter what, but this did not help. That did not help. Actually, we could have made the playoffs if he played better, maybe. Didn't help. We'll check out the entire league, see who did what. McDavid, 122 points. Thank the Lord. I love when McDavid finishes at the top. He should be there basically every single season. Gensel's up here. That's kind of fun. Michkov. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh, I thought it said 99 overall. I was going to go ballistic. Oh my gosh. He sims so good. He's only 89 overall and he's simming that good. But you can see the top of the league here. Seth Jarvis. That's kind of a shock for me. I don't really ever see him put up those type of numbers. But he's simmed very, very good. We'll see who else is in a 100-point club. There's a lot of 100-point club players here. But yeah. That is that. Goals. 57 goals is enough for Tage Thompson to take home the Richard. But we'll sim here and look at the actual awards, and then we'll wrap up the video. Oh, the draft lottery thing's going to come up here real quick. Washington goes 3-1, San Jose 1-2, 2-3 for Chicago, and we unfortunately stayed put at 8. So we're picking 8th overall. Hopefully we can get a good player there. Maybe we'll check out the draft class just for fun. Retired players, we'll take a quick peek. But honestly, same old, same old. Scary number for Suter there, ending with the yikes number. Okay, awards. So Colorado took home the cup in the year 2025. Obviously, Florida. Actually, I didn't tell you guys this, but Florida actually took home the cup in the sim last year as well. So that's fun, keeping it realistic. President's Trophy goes to Dallas. So the finals was Colorado versus Philly. So I guess Michkov really kind of carried them there. The McDavid Award goes to McDavid. The other McDavid Award goes to McDavid. And then Norris to Fox. Bing to Michkov. Calder to Savoy. Smythe to McKinnon. Vezina to Swayman. Jennings to Sorokin. Masterton to Gooley. Adams to Antonio. I swear I always see Gooley win the Masterton. I have no idea how they decide that in this game. Maybe it's random. Selke goes to O'Reilly. Lindsay to McDavid. And Richard to Thompson. So no awards for Columbus, but I think we'll get there. Maybe a guy like Kent Johnson could be a guy. Or probably more likely Fantilli. Maybe Sider for a... I was going to say Sider for a Norris, but honestly, I don't think he'll put up enough points. Maybe Knight for a Vezina. I don't know. We'll take a look at the playoff tree. So, boom. Colorado swept Philly in the finals. That is tough. No one even took them no one took them to 7. So that's fun, I guess. There's a lot of sweeps. Or a couple sweeps, I guess. So I think that's it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I want to take a look at the draft class just for fun. I don't really know what to see here or what to expect. So Misa's actually highly in this and looking like he might go first overall. So that's interesting. So Misa, Higgins, Martone, Humphreys, Saloni. So 3 high elite guys. Maybe we trade up. I do like to get those high elites. They basically 100% become medium franchises, at least if you give them the right ice time and give them power play time and all that good stuff. But we're at least guaranteed a defenseman here in Logan Hensler, a medium elite defenseman that is, and I think he's an OFD as well, so that might be a good pickup. But I think we'll be looking towards trading up in the draft, but we'll have to see. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, give it a like, subscribe, and until next time, guys, take care of yourselves.